a jolt, and then you'll die.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Exquisite back with a brand new video for you today. And in today's video, we're going to be going over Tower of Arrogance hard. Reset just happened, so we're going to go through 1 through 20 floors, starting off with the first floors. With the first floors, really, you're not doing much. I personally put it in auto and just use my top DPS AoE units and just go through everything. But for others, it might be a little harder or not. It's pretty much just DPSing the first 9 floors until you get to the boss. Maybe you could even DPS the boss down on the 10th floor, depending on the boss. Really, just it's not that hard. All you're doing is just watching it pretty much. But what do you guys think about the new update that's coming out? Are you guys excited? Are you guys a little anticipated about it? How are you guys feeling? Because with how I feel about it is, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great for the game. I think it's just going to grow the community larger and larger. With this update, it's bringing so many new features. I think one of my favorite features of this update is probably Revenge Ruins getting revamped, as well as the ×3 speed. Because I always felt like the ×3 speed should be a little bit faster. Because, I mean, 1 speed's real slow. If you actually go back and do 1 speed again, it's really slow. But once you go to 2 and 3 don't feel any different. So hopefully this update will make it feel different and it'll go by faster. Especially when you're on auto doing like rune dungeons, like Fafnir, Agilos, it just feels like it's carrying out because you're doing your 20 runs and you're just sitting there not doing anything, and you want to feel like it's going faster just so you can get your runes. And usually they're bad runes anyways. Hopefully they're adding a brand new like floor to it, like how Summoner's War did. They added the 12th floor to their floors, and in those you could only get 6 stars. And I mean, they're still rare and up, but you're still getting 6 stars, so crafting would be easier. Getting runes just would be easier. I mean, you're still kind of waiting on that RNG for those runes that you could actually use. But that's what a hard time people are having in a lot of these, like even events. Runes are just so RNG. And Fafnir and Agilos aren't that hard to like farm, but they just need to add like another floor or something that just gives you 6-star runes. I mean, just make it harder, make it a brand new dungeon floor, but do something that we could get better runes with. And that's, in my opinion, I think a lot of the community would agree with me on this, but we'll just have to see what NeoWiz actually has planned for this game. But hopefully season 2 we could pull the new characters. I have, I think, 12 L&D scrolls that I will be doing a video on and pulling for them. I might pull for Shade this coming week, but I think I might save for Titanos. Shade's a cool character. She does reduction, she goes pretty much invisible, but I really want Titanos and Apophis mainly, just so I could do a speed team for both Fafnir and Agilos. Because right now my Fafnir is sub 1 minute. It's not that great. It's only about 1 minute, or 57 seconds. So it's just shy of 1 minute. And my Agilos is 1:12, and I want that down to at least like 40 seconds. But I mean, we're getting there. For my Agilos team, I'm running Apollon as leader, and I'm doing Freed Esperanza, and Nocturne. Freed is there to do the speed debuff and as well do defense break. Esperanza's there to pretty much nuke the boss. Nocturne's there to put that block debuffs on and also do continuous damage. And what else? Apollon's there for pretty much action gauge reduction, or so is Nocturne, action gauge reduction, and also buffs. So plus that speed lead's really nice with him. And then I think my Fafnir team is what is it? I think it's about the same. Apollon, Freed, yeah, I think it's just the same. And that's running faster, obviously. Fafnir is not as hard as Agilos. Agilos has a nuke pretty much, and just if your units are in the wrong spot, he'll just nuke down your whole units with the defense break that he puts on to all your units. Especially with the ads around doing provokes, it's hard to. You need good resistance in Agilos. Well, a fair amount of resistance in Agilos. But Titanos will help with a glancing hit, and especially his S1. I just want his S1 pretty much for his defense break and just making him fast. And Apophis just for the attack lead for both dungeons. And I think he applies defense break, slow, and continuous damage, if I believe. I'm pretty sure. So he's actually a really good debuffer, probably one of the best debuffers in the game, and I have yet to pull him. And there's one more L&D 4-star light unit that I think her name is it's the girl one. She looks kind of like a pirate. I don't have her. So those are the two L&D 4-stars that I'm missing, and I have like most of the essential units for speed teaming and doing. I have all regular Nat 5s except for all L&D Nat 5s. I don't have Uriel, Nyx. Who else L&D I don't have? I don't have Titanos, obviously. Shade, Locke, or Lachesis. The community is still trying to figure out her name. I think that's it. I think I have every other L&D now, besides the new ones that are coming out. That's why I'm saving everything up. And how I'm getting L&Ds right now is I'm using all the Calypsos that we got from the last event and putting it into the craft and just getting my L&D shards that way. Because you get 4 a week and you get 30 shards from that. So that's how I'm getting my L&Ds mostly. As well as I'll be pulling on Suzuku's banner whenever he comes out. So that'll be, hopefully we get him within the first 10 pull or first single pull. We'll try single pulls first. But hopefully we get him, because I think he'll be a really good unit in PvP. He's going to be hard against Esperanza team still, just because Esperanza's a nuker, and I think Suzuku will be just the same as her, but is going to be a fire nuker. So we'll see how he actually is and test him once we get him. But we just finished 10th floor. Merlin, pretty easy. She didn't even get a turn. Media, Nocturne, and Apollon were all action gauge reducing her, and she didn't even get a turn. Didn't even get to go. Pretty much it's the same 11 through 19. Just nuking everybody down. I bring in a variety. I mean, Media does advantage over every element, so that's why I bring her. Mary does really good AoE damage plus slow, as well as cooldown reduction, and I think she grants action opportunity for teammates, or action gauge increase for teammates when she gets a kill with her S3, but I don't really remember her skill set that much. But hopefully we could get a good understanding of this next update. Most people when the stages come out, they're just gonna finish the stages real quick, and as you can say, farm on the highest stage, which was 7 Conqueror, those stages, but now it's going to be 13 Conqueror, and we're just going to have to see if units can do it. I'm pretty sure units will do it with vampire sets or any sets. Now with the EXP not getting taken by your farmer unit is going to be really good, so you're not wasting EXP and stamina with that. They are doing a really good job with this game. I think it's probably within the near future it's going to become more popular, because it's just a new SRPG. Is that SRPG? Yeah, SRPG, which it's just a strategy RPG game. Gotcha. So it's different from Summoner's War and a lot different from Epic 7 as well. The two probably leading gacha games right now. I mean, Exo's Hero is the leading gacha game as well right now. It's doing really good on the charts. But this game has potential, and if you didn't know, this game is actually a remake. I think the last game of this was called Knights of Omen. I believe that was the last name of this game. And NeoWiz, I guess, picked it up and put it as Kingdom of Heroes Tactics War, and just pretty much rebranded it and put like their twist on it. So they pretty much bought it from the last company and started using it now. And I think they're doing a really good job with it. If they keep it up, if they keep promoting, I think they should add ads and actually promote it bigger, just so they get more out of the community and a bigger community. With the new giveaway that they're doing, I think it's 10 winners get an L&D. I think it's 30 winners in total. Top 10 get L&Ds, top 20, the next 10 get, I think, legendary scrolls, and the next 10, the last 30 of them, or the last 10 of the 30 winners, they get 300 gems giveaway, and that they'll just send that out into your mailbox. And I think they said they were gonna announce them, so when they do announce them, we'll see who wins. 30 players is a lot. I think the goal one for Facebook, Discord, Twitter, and Instagram, I think we already hit that. I think Facebook already hit their 5,000 likes on the page, as well as Instagram, I think, is pretty close to 850, and Twitter is about there, and Discord, I think, just hit it as well for that goal. So the community is actually doing a really good job and actually supporting this game and getting it out there. A lot of people are doing videos on it, mostly just tower videos. I'm not seeing a lot of actual content creators besides, I think, Spaceballs. Wagyu was doing YouTube videos for a while, but I don't know what happened to him. He hasn't been inside the game in a while or made videos that I've seen. And there's a couple other YouTubers that are trying to promote this game and trying to get it out there, but I think the game is doing really good for itself. It's gotten the publicity it needs to stay alive, and I'm enjoying the game a lot. This is probably the only game I'm playing right now. I'm looking forward to Blue Protocol coming out. I think that's going to be a really good game. Genshin Impact, I was playing for a while, didn't really get into it as much. It's real iffy on Genshin Impact right now. They just came out with a new update. I think it was 1.1. So if you're playing that, hopefully you're enjoying what they've released over there. But what stage are we on? We're on floor 16 right now, or 17 right now. So we're getting close to the last bit of these stages. As you can see, it's not that hard once you have a good team, like pretty much good nukers that you're using, and you're actually killing off the mobs faster and doing a lot of damage. Pretty much that's how the first floors are. I think even you could go do this up to floor 39, and that's whenever after 40, even I think maybe 35, I think it starts getting harder after 35, just because of the enemy buffs and how the scaling is on it with the mobs that you're fighting, or the heroes that you're fighting. But for now, I'm hoping later on we could actually auto most of it and have like a really good comp that does it. But for now, it's just going up to floor 20 on the first day and trying to reach that 20 mark just so you're ahead. And hopefully you guys are trying to get to the highest point you can, because you do receive a big amount of spirit gems, so you can do your spirit summons. This past week on hard, I was ranked number 42 on the leaderboards. I didn't really push for 50, and that's my bad. For Tower of Arrogance hard, there's not a lot of point in pushing for that 50 mark once you've already hit it. Maybe just for the weekend, just pushing for it, just so you're getting that spirit, and I think it's the mirror shards you get. But it's good those are good resources, especially those give you your L&Ds, or trying to pull for those L&Ds and hopefully getting them. But right now, it's Tower of Arrogance hard is a little bit iffy. A lot of people just push just for the weekly end, or the 2 weeks, because it lasts 2 weeks, but they're just pushing for that spirit gems and the other reward that you get from it. So we just completed 19 right there, and we're on the Gabriella floor. So I'm going to tell you about this floor. I didn't really look at the enemy buffs. Well, I was looking at them, but I just thought it was a normal Gab floor. You know how she is. Just stay still. You put Katarina in front of her, and you put a tank off to her north side and absorbing that big hit that she does. And then you use Thea to put the dots on her, and then you use also Freya to put the dots on her. I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring Nocturne in just for more dots, because he puts 3 dots on his S2, as well as makes her not get buffs. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just do normal of beating her, see if I could beat her on the first try. And well, you'll see in a minute, but I was like, what is going on? I didn't realize this whenever I was looking at her, because obviously, I mean, I didn't think they've never had this one buff in here. But she actually gets a mobility buff, and as you can see, she just moved. Was not expecting that at all. So I kind of blew this stage and didn't really know what to do after that. But tomorrow I'll have an actual video after reset of actually beating her and what to do, because I was just like, oh, what do I do here now? Because she moves. Like, look at that. I was not expecting her to take out my units and move, because the enemy buff is, once you get to this stage, I think it was at 15, but once you get to this stage, the enemies get 1 increased mobility and 35% speed buff. So with her being having a 0 mobility, that 1 mobility really screws you. Like, really screws you. If you're watching this, hopefully you don't come into the same mistake that I did, and you actually read the enemy buffs that they get. Because I was like, oh, this is over. I guess I'll try again tomorrow. But yeah, I was really surprised about this, and didn't actually, it was my fault. I didn't really see that she was gonna move. But if you're watching this, hopefully now you know. And that's the end of the 20 tries that I get. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed this content today. I tried my best to, because this is just a voiceover, I tried my best to just go over everything, go over the new update, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the content that I'm making, and stay tuned for the next results for the Gabrielle fight. I'll do a walkthrough of how to beat her and who to use. As you can see here, 0 mobility, speed is 145. I mean, she's a boss unit, so she has higher HP and higher attack, but that's why you use ECAT, so she doesn't get one-shotted, and that's why you use the other units. But with that 1 mobility, it just messes everything up. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more content.